Poor little Jeb. He's going to be so scared. Well, that's assuming he lives. He'll be scared. I hope everybody's having a good day. Oh, it's been a Tuesday for me. So, I do like explosions. Yeah, so it's been a, I think it is Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. So I wanted something where I've been playing this kind of offline recently as well. So like just playing it in my spare time, and I can't get it out of my head. So time to play a little bit of Kerbal. So I do want to modify this a little bit. Why is it doing that? I really hope my shift key isn't messed up. I'll go with that. So one of the things I wanted to enable, I'm going to leave most of it on normal, but I am going to enable part pressure limits, Kerbal G-force, like all the ComNet stuff, because I do like playing with that particular aspect of the game, but I still want to be able to actually restore in case stuff goes kaboom, which it probably will, knowing me. Yeah, how's everybody's day? Hi, Gene. Bye, Gene. So, first things first. Gather scientific data from Kerbin. Yeah, we can do that. And launch first vehicle. Yeah, easy peasy. So, I know a little bit of this stuff, so I'm just going to get a few of the first basic things straight out of the way. Where's the... Do I not have... I thought I had some science equipment. Oh, jeez, there it is. Wow, I'm a dummy. So just make the elf ears. Hey, Trigger. Not want to learn how to make rockets, buddy? Come on. Now the question is, do we actually bother actually launching them? I think it's probably worth it. But let's just bring this down a little. We don't need this to go all the way up. There we go. Quick little flight, followed by a nice safe landing. That's totally what's going to happen. So with the career mode, some of the stuff that you have to deal with is like crappy launch pads. How am I doing? It works stupid. So, but is what it is. I'm feeling a bit better. Oh, and I don't know if I put it in the Discord, but yeah, I might have signed up for a. Yeah, I did put it there. I signed up for a 6K walk run, and that's I've done it before. This isn't my first time doing that particular run. I would say I'm like 90-something%. I went to the gym yesterday. My abs are feeling it, but I'm getting back into it, and I was actually surprised how well I was able to actually run. Like, I wasn't obviously normal, but I'm getting back there, which is, important. So poor little Jeb here. We'll get him to do some sciencey things. So yeah, do an EVA report from the from the launch pad. I love some of the color commentary they put on this, like EVA report from the launch pad. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? Well, shows you what you know, because you're about to go flying. And that's pretty much it for the first one. Yeah, gyms are kind of one of those things where it's like, actually see if I can get this to tilt over a bit. Can I actually fly? It kind of actually does. Yeah, the equipment that so the gym I go to has a full indoor track. Like, I'm not sure the exact distances. I think it's like probably around 200 and something meters. So I do use that particular aspect of it and find it quite useful. Yeah, they have a full field house. It's I think it's still the largest YMCA in North America. I think it's definitely in Canada. It's the largest, but I think it might be the largest one in North America. It's absolutely huge. They have the track plus the gym, 2 swimming pools, I think, and well, actually no, I think they have swimming pool, lazy river. Actually no, 2 swimming pools, lazy river, wave rider, and I'm trying to think of how many courts there are. I think there's 8 courts inside for like tennis, or not tennis, but like what is it, badminton. So it's big. It's busy, obviously. I probably should actually turn the KSP music off. Not that it's copyright or anything, it's just going to conflict. So, initial science, we get a little bit. Do I want bigger rocket or engineer? You know what? I want both. Give me both. I want the bigger rocket. Yeah, how you been? Question to everybody there. I hate these focused observational survey cabin. Like, build a space plane. I'm not a space plane guy. I don't like planes as much. I can do them. The frickin' runway on this thing is like Death Central. It's the bumpiest, most like, honestly, a grass strip is easier. You wanted how high? 52,000 to 59,000, going between 90 and 280. Me no think so. That one's doable. That's actually quite reasonable speed at that altitude. Because like, if you're going this slow at this altitude, you're reaching the what is it, the, I don't remember whether it's periapsis or apoapsis, but where you basically stop accelerating vertically and the vector starts going negative. So you're actually returning to Kerbal in this case, because it's not Earth. But that's like that 52,000 meters, 80,000 is space, and like 52,000 your vacuum engines are going to work just fine in this game. So yeah, that one's ridiculous. This one totally reasonable. 200 at 18. Yeah, you can hit that easily. Although it's a solid fuel booster. So if anybody's not familiar with some of the aspects of this game, or just rocketry in general, which I know not everybody's a rocket scientist, so I'm not either, but I have a little bit of background in this. So a solid rocket is a rocket engine that once it's ignited, it burns through the full fuel. Basically, think of it as a supercharged candle that, well, instead of using candle, it's using like some other like wax-based fuel that just can't be doused easily. So yeah, once they're burning, they're not going to stop until it's gone. This one, very easy. You just test it on the launch pad. We'll do that. And haul a RT-10 hammer solid fuel booster into flight above Kerbal. Pretty low altitude, pretty high speed. I think this one, although, okay, Mark 16 parachute at 230 meters a second to 290 at 6 to 10, pretty accurate. Let's do the test, because like we only have 95,000 Kerbans or Kerbucks. So I want to test that and get the monies. Where is... There it is. We don't even need the launch. We can just do that and just initiate the first stage and we're done. We could launch, but there's no real point. There you go. She's done. It does get a lot more exciting than this. This is just some of like the basic initial stuff. Why am I not getting the recover vehicle thing? Do I? Okay, you know what? Jeb, you're going for a flight. Let's see if we get to the water. Did not kill Jeb. Are you a runner or a walker? I would say I am a... I do run, but it's more of like I do speed bursts. So I'll run between... what's the distance? Do like 50-meter run or something like that and then walk a bit. Okay, come on. There we go. Thank you. If I crash this thing too quickly, it will go kaboom and it will kill Jeb. So, yeah. So I'll run a bit, then walk, and then run, then walk. Like I'll run between 100 meters to 100, like basically, 75 to like 150 is kind of my target. But the thing is, though, so out here where I am, we have this, it's called a coulee. It's a particular type of valley. And the run, this is the grueling part. It starts at like the local arts center downtown. You do like a couple city, I think it's like 2 city blocks to get to the, I accidentally hit the stage button there. So I was like, oh shit, did I just do something? To get to the hill. And then it's a 75 meter, 75 meter descent down into the coulee at a 6% grade, which then I believe the 6K you have to turn around and go, you have to turn around and go back. So then you have to climb at the ends back up this hill. We haven't done an EVA report on the ocean yet, so let's do that. The goo wobbles around in its container. It starts to seep out of the holes. Yeah, it's trying to escape into the water. Oh, I hate climbing stairs. More than I can do. Yeah, okay, so I'm not a small guy, and I've been running for a while, but when I did the first run back in 2019, I never thought I would do it. And then I actually did it. This will be my 3rd run, because I think the other one I did was 5K, I want to say. I think it was 5K. So I've done a 6 and a 5, and then this will be another 6. But the whole post, everything being shut down for COVID, and then anyway, some local stuff with the gym I was going to go to abruptly closing because of, well, terrible franchisee. But yeah. So we get some money, 124,000. Time to start building some real rockets. I thought we did this already. Test the TD12 decoupler landed at Kerbal. I'm pretty... Okay, that one, like, again, free money. I'm going to do it. I could have swore I accepted that contract. I was asking about the stairs because climbing the CN Tower is a challenge plus a cool thing to accomplish. If you were ever into stuff like that. Yeah, you can do it. I think the Calgary Tower, you can do that as well. Which is far closer to me. Is this the TD12? This is the TD12. And we'll just give it a little tiny bit of fuel. I'm pretty sure we just did this contract, but I'm going to take the money. If they're going to pay me to do it twice, yeah, TD12, Kerbal, landed, done. Okay. Recover. That's all I want to do. I just want the money. Just give me the money. Your launching thing works. Yeah, the stairs. So, but the problem is I am terrified of heights. Which is, but it depends on what it is. So, like, when I go out, you know, you get the observation glass things, I can go out on those just fine. But you give me something that's, like, even got a railing, like, up to chest high, and basically, if it's open to the vertical aspect, I have a terrible fear of heights, and yeah, I won't go anywhere near the freaking railing. But yeah, no, if it's plexiglass inside, I'll walk right on it. I don't care. I don't know. Riddle me that. Escape the atmosphere and orbit Kerbal. So, escaping the atmosphere is a pretty good one, and I think we can get away with it. Let me take a look at the... Yeah, because if I get this particular one, the general rocketry, we get the Thumper. So the BACC Thumper solid fuel booster is pretty good, and we can actually use that to launch. And survivability also has some benefits. We can't quite get both because I need 35 for both of them. Is there anything I can do to get that science? Oh, I can just... I know what I'll do. Also, my chat is apparently delayed, so if I'm not answering, it's not because I'm ignoring, it's just because it hasn't shown up on my end. My computer's acting up actually today, so actually it's Windows. My PC is just fine. It's Microsoft screwed something up. Again. Also, I know I turned the music off. Where was it? There should be an option. Yeah, the music is turned off. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. Anyway. So the things that I wanted to do was I need one science. Well, there it is there. But we may as well get the temperature while flying. Jeb's probably just like, why does he keep launching me like 20 feet? Oops, that's the wrong way. 20 feet above the freaking launch pad and landing again. Like, did I do something wrong? Did I steal from the freaking vending machine and get caught? Also, yeah, the game. This is the vanilla original Kerbal Space Program. There is KSP2, and I do own it, but it's like super early access. None of the career aspects in the game in version 2 yet, and it needs like a major update or two before that game is something that I'm going to be looking into. 42. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now we can get survivability and general rocketry. Those are the two that I really wanted. Oh, that's only 50,000 in this one? Oh, okay. I was playing on the hard level, and this was a lot more. It was double. It's 100,000 on hard. And this is the big thing to note here is the max vessel size, but mainly the vessel weight. Because 18 tons sounds like a lot. It is not. Not when it comes to rockets loaded with fuel and solid rocket fuel. So, yeah, that's also I just need to pull up a Delta V map. One moment. There we go. So it's tempting to do that, but let's escape the atmosphere first. So actual rocket building time. First thing to do, chuck that crap. We don't need it. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's make sure Jeb gets back. We'll add in a heat shield. We're not going to worry about actually recovering the rocket components, if you will. He can't EVA outside anyway, so I'll just stick them on there. Okay, so need to be able to detach this when we're coming back in. And in space, or in high altitude, we're going to want fuel tank. And what pivot engines do I have? A swivel and a Reliant. $310 in vacuum. 320 in vacuum. 250 atmospheric. 265 atmospheric. And what about the weight? Not that much less. The swivel has gimbal, so it'll, move. So I'm going to go with that. I'll probably end up adding more tanks onto this stage. But I want to put the bottom part on the rocket and see where we're at for weight. Okay, 11.7. We can still add quite a bit. Now, it comes down to... I don't have... Actually, I want them on this side. Okay, that's 18.84, so that's too much. The launch pad can't handle that. Which kind of sucks. Okay, so in that case, let's add more fuel tanks. Gotta make it look at least somewhat pretty. 12 tons. This is... It'd be nice if it gave me the actual total mass with fuel. Because it tells me it's 0.55 tons plus 0.45, so that's 1 ton of fuel plus 0.125, so that's 1.125 tons per tank. So it'll drain from the top down. We are weighing 15 tons. Actually, this isn't that bad. We have 2,800 meters per second in delta V. I'm actually gonna make this. We might actually get to orbit with this. Any booms yet? No, not yet, but it might be soon, because this rocket's about to be huge. Okay, that's a little bit too much, but we should be able to almost escape the atmosphere with this. Well, not atmosphere, into orbit. Let me rephrase that. So if I bring down the liquid oxygen and one on this one. Ooh, 17.965 tons. BRB. Sorry, your brother-in-law's here. No problem. This is going to be the time where stuff explodes. If anything's going to explode, though. So the kaboom boom. I'm actually going to make sure I accepted the contract. I think I did. I probably could have checked it from in there. I did not. There's nothing about a swivel engine. Oh, there is swivel. But we have to be going really slow, right? Yeah, we're not going to do that. This thing is absurd. 100% absurd. Look at this. 719 meters per second in the base rocket, which I don't even know if that's going to actually... Let me pull up Kerbal Engineer. Okay, it does have a thrust-to-weight ratio of 1.42, so it is fine. It can lift itself, but this is going to be slow. We'll jettison that bottom part, go on to the main thruster. Ideally, we would have a second one up near the top, but for now, this will do. And that is a thrust-to-weight ratio of 1.67, which is fine. And yeah, a delta V of freaking 3,000 meters a second. Okay, Jeb, let's see how it goes. Good, my shift is working. And control is too. And let's get launched in 3, 2, 1. Very slow takeoff. Or is it? I don't know if it's actually called that on a rocket. So basically this bottom thruster, I'm just going to let it do its thing. We're going to go straight up until about 10,000, and then we're going to start leaning over. Because we should have enough thrust to actually at least get to a low curve in orbit. So you can see the atmosphere is decreasing. I don't want it to quite fall over yet, although it's trying. Okay, now I can actually start circularizing. This absolutely ridiculous rocket. cut the throttle, wait till we get a bit higher up, because the higher we are, the better fuel efficiency, if you will, we should get. But I also still want to keep raising the actual apoapsis. Because we want poor little Jeb here to actually get the space. Also, I'm going to turn this so that the ball at the bottom is easier to read and understand. So we're still climbing. The vertical speed is looks like about 500-ish. We're not actually going to get into orbit. Don't have enough fuel for that. Speed stuff up a little. Okay, that should be pretty good. Should see the vertical start dropping really quick here. And aim on to that. And time to give her a good old kick, get the rest of this fuel out of here. And I waited too long. Oh well. We might have enough. We might. I think we actually might have just got into orbit. Jeb. Oh yeah. No, it's Jebediah. Good old Jeb. I think we actually got into orbit. Yeah, we have entered orbit. I was not expecting to get to orbit. I knew it could, but that was not the plan. So, yep. A pro. I have played this game a lot. I actually do know a bit about it. Because, yeah, like part of my work is processing satellite data. So, like, I need to know a little bit about. I don't need to know how to operate the satellites, but I need to know how they work, kind of thing. So, yeah, a little bit familiar with this stuff. Just gonna wait till we get around the other side. I actually want to get into a stable orbit. And then we'll see what exactly we can do. So we're in retrograde right now. So retrograde is when you're basically facing backwards. So if I fire the engine at this moment, it'll slow us down. It'll bring down the periapsis, and or the low point of I think apoapsis is the high point, and the periapsis is the low. But it's one of these things. If I hardly ever say the words, so I'm like, is this correct? We're really high orbit here for a first launch. And I need to make sure I can actually bring Jeb back, because right now, that's a fair amount of fuel. It'll work. But yeah, we're in orbit. Let's check, see what else we can do at the Space Center. See if there's any missions that we can just get paid for with him up there. Yeah, enter Kerbal. Basically, survive re-entry is what this means. And VIP on a high G adventure. No, none of the focused observation. Okay, these all suck. So I'll take the money for, surviving re-entry. Is he actually receiving 3 different? Okay. Time to get some science data. Yep, crew report. Observe the goo. What's the goo doing in space? It's being very good for science. There actually would be barometric pressure there, just not much. I think that's everything for that. So, time to go home. Now, this is going to be the explodey part. Not necessarily because of what I do next, but what happens when we try to re-enter. So I want to bring that down to about right there. That should be good. So we're leaving orbit. Jeb should make it back. This should be a safe re-entry. That's assuming that I can actually line this up in time to get the engine pointed in the right direction. Because I know this particular heat shield, I can land it doing about 3,000 meters a second. Do you play this at all, Laura? The moon. We're going to go there soon. Nope, no real idea what this is. Okay, well, welcome to Kerbal Space Program. Basically, you run a space program. I'm here for me, not Kerbal. Hey, thank you. Sorry about that. I also decided apparently to cough in everybody's ear. I'm actually surprised this is going so smoothly. Like, we're starting to hit a little bit of atmo, so yeah. I actually think it's probably going to be worth giving the engine a bit of a kick here so I don't end up falling into the frickin' land over there. Yeah, but we're basically running our own SpaceX, but it's like Kerbal X. Okay, there we go. Stuff's starting to get hot. Atmosphere, that is. Oh yeah, Jeb's having a hell of a time. They actually did a really good job with the animating them, and they are always like doing the dumbest thing at the dumbest time possible. No boom. Also, I might have terribly timed that. I think we're gonna... Yeah, there's a good chance we might end up just missing that. I wanted to land in the water, not on surface, not on the ground. Ground's dangerous. And yes, things can overheat. We can black Jeb out by doing too many G's. So if this thing starts spinning uncontrollably, it'll knock him out. But this should be fine. It'll be safe. We're slowing down. I'm going to guess we're going to land right on this area right here. If not, it'll be just off the shore. I prefer it to be just offshore. Or I could be totally wrong. Yep, we're going to land in the ocean for sure. Just speed up the rest. The ocean is safer than the ground because the ocean is consistent. Once we get a little lower here, I'm going to deploy the chute, and then we can recover. I did do an EVA report, right? Or not an EVA, crew report. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I do not want to overwrite the space crew report. Thank you very much. So judging the distance can be a little difficult in this. You get the ocean is not solid. Got it. Yeah, but if you're going fast enough, the ocean still is solid. But at anything less than 14, and we should be fine for this. I'm just gonna get us down to the ocean. You kind of have to use shadows to judge your distance, which is actually fairly realistic, other than a sounder. Although it is kind of always like, what's going to explode? Any bets? How many pieces are we going to lose? None. So, Jeb, on the first launch, which was only supposed to actually break atmosphere, not actually go into orbit, Jeb managed to get it into orbit and got a crap ton of science from that. A whole schwack of money, like absolutely tons of money. He advanced up as well, so he can do some of the yeah, basically Jeb, this like rock music is for him, where it's just like he's that awesome. So yeah, Jeb, you just bought us upgrades. Oh, that thing's expensive. Oh, maybe not that one. What to do next? What to do next? Of course, it's like, well, now it's time to go to the moon. I don't know about that. I don't know if moon's quite right time yet. We could do it. We could do flyby the moon. I can definitely do that. That's pretty cheap. I'm just going to upgrade that. Science time. What is going to be the best? Basic science is going to be useful. And I don't think any flight control, but stability. Although the RT-400 is going to be... Yeah, we'll get that. Fine, we'll do that one too. Put his portrait up in the hall. Well, they're basically, you know, there's the administration building. You can just assume that Jeb's portrait's up in the background. There is also the astronaut complex. So these are actually the astronauts we do have, for the Kerbals we have. So obviously Jeb is our experienced pilot. We have Bill Kerman, who is our engineer. He's very stupid, though. Or no, sorry. He has low stupidity. Is that the way it is? I think it's, yeah, he's high stupidity, so he's dumb. Bob Kerman, though, is not very dumb. but he's also a chicken scientist. You know, all us scientists, we're just giant chickens. And Valentina, who I'm actually kind of tempted to use on one of the next ones because I don't want to just use Jeb all the time. But yeah, we can put bigger rockets together now. We has the technology. We also have probes. Yeah, for now, let's do a moon flyby, or at least try for one. This could go terrible because I don't have proper planning. No, we're not going to do that one. Next thing I want is the Science Junior. That'll go on there. We're going to need to know what the barometric pressure is up at the moon. Or the moon, technically. And Mystery Goo back on there. I could just probably load up the previous rocket, but I do want to change some of the design. For example, I actually want that there. And where is it? Heat shield on the bottom. So this is essentially going to be what returns. This should keep Jeb safe. Should. Maybe. Hopefully. Should. Trademark. Next thing. Oh, right. I need a decoupler. Where's my decoupler? There it is. TD12. Put it up there. And now I can start putting tanks on. One tank. No, I want... No, that one. I put the wrong paint job on. That one, then that one. Then this one, followed by a big old engine. Vacuum. That one, it does better in the vacuum. But I really want the swivel capability. How many parts are we at? 17? It might be worth doing a little different design here. So now we'll take 2 of these bad boys. And Delta V 3351. I would like a bit more than that. I wonder if I could get a second engine in here. Yeah, let's try for that. Let's see if we can actually put a... Oh, we have the Terrier. Oh, the Terrier is perfect for space. I want that ugly tank. Oh, right. The damn decouplers. And that. Give me the Terrier. Look at that. Exactly. 30 out of 30. This is the most that you can build in this particular VAB. But something's wrong with our staging. I can tell you that right now. So what do we have here? We have the initial rockets fire. They separate. I immediately want the center engine to fire. That separates. Why? Is it because of the extra weight we've lost Delta V? Okay, we have tons of Delta V in the vacuum for this particular engine. But at altitude of... It still should work. We should be fine. Do we use Jeb or do we sub in Valentina? Don't think we need any cargo. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens here. I think it'll be fine. Jeb should be allowed an early retirement. So... keep him in until... yeah. Maybe, yeah. We'll send Valentina. Because that way we start balancing out a little bit of it. And... yeah, Jeb can have a break. Is it morning? It's morning. I think. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. And rocket launch in 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. That's got a lot more thrust. He's got many bars to visit. Yeah, that's a way to put it. Jeb has to go on a publicity tour, so Valentina's going to the moon. Or at least going to try. We're going pretty fast. You can see the sonic cones starting, so we're actually going a little bit too quick. I probably should have turned this down. This is where stuff starts looking cool. Don't hit! Oh, good. Well, there's the first explosion. We got the first kaboom, and thankfully it didn't take the rocket out. Mighty Stooch, hey, how's it going, buddy? We just turn the rocket over here. No, 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 bad rocket, bad rocket, bad rocket. Bad. No, behave. Stop it. Valentina, you suck at controlling this. It's totally Valentina, not me. Ah. Okay, there we go. I straightened it out. This is KSP1. I do have KSP2. It my GPU can barely handle it. So trigger comes back now and booms happen. Yeah. Also, the rocket almost goes completely out of control. I want to get the I need to fix this orbit. Actually, I'm gonna look at it from this angle because it is easier to deal with. It's been a beer. I need beer fire and booms. The FPS in 2. Okay, so the thing is with 2, I douche. 2 looks beautiful. Like, it looks great. And I might have done goofed. Can I turn cross fuel? I want to enable cross feed. Because I need more fuel. I need more fuel in the main rocket. Yeah, looks beautiful. Runs like dog shit. What it is it's just released too early, I think. I get they probably needed the finance, and like if they can keep up with it, it will be a great game. It's just needs some work and love at the moment. Okay, yeah, you got me on that one. It's a premature release. Yeah, they have been. Because, well,
Excellent.
I'm actually going to turn off the cross feed, because at this point I'm going to dump this, get rid of this whole entire weight. Yeah, that's been my day today. Also, I had to turn the light on in the cabin because, like, clearly Valentina's having a rave. Look at that. She's having a rave going on inside that thing. Like, I already own it. But yes, I did pick it up on there as well. So, actually, two things. Number one, if Kerbal Space is at all your thing, it's on 75% off right now on Steam. And the Kerbal Space Program 1, that is. This one I'm playing. And yeah, as Stu said, Rise of Industry, well worth it for free, especially on Epic. I'm in this training this week, and that means I'm just sitting there doing nothing. Oh, for work. So that means that you can do that run, right? Right. Okay, I think I'm at the periapsis. Sorry, I'm gonna be flipping back and forth between these a lot because I need to check orbits. That should be more than enough. Oh, Trigger's judging me on that. He's like, no, I'm not going to. Okay, we are climbing. Because we're not out of the atmosphere yet, but we will be soon. To get to the moon, I don't know if I have enough Delta V. So I think I need about, I might have just enough. Although I guess I don't actually have to get to the moon. I just have to fly by the moon. Gonna play on mobile. Sounds good. Yeah, I totally get that. Like yesterday with me, just like cooking. Eh, 125. Yeah, that'll work. Fix the orbit. You've been mobiled. I think that's going to be high enough. I can't tell because I don't have the upgraded tracking station. I'm also like super sore today from going back to the gym. So I'm going to have to stretch a lot. I might have to stand up at some point. We'll see. Where is the moon? Moon, where are you at? Okay, you're out on the other end. Actually, we might be able to do the burn right away. Posture check. Yeah, you got it. Oh, frick. Ow. And that's how you know I'm sore. Because once the moon basically appears over the horizon, we should be able to just kick into a burn and go. Where you at there, moon? And it's not inclined that I know of. Where is it? It should be right around here. There we go. Oh shit, I probably went too far. Oh well. Line it up and hope for the best. One of two things is going to happen. Either this is going to work, or we're totally going to screw up the orbit. One of the two. Just going to adjust some of this. A true astronaut. Yeah. No planning nodes or anything. It's just straight up. Aim for it and go. Throttle down because we're burning like crazy. And that should... I'll give it a little bit more. That should do it. I'm going to do just a quick little save, though. Because that should capture us in... Oh, yeah, there is a slight inclination. Should capture us into orbit. Let's see. Did I actually accept that contract? Actually, let's go back to the... make sure I actually accepted that contract. They'll still pay us. It's just it doesn't pay as well, if I remember correctly. Ah, no, I did not. Look at that engine just glowing hot. Just glowing red hot. Okay, now this... For Valentina, this will be the boring part, but for us, it's not so bad. Where I speed up time. Yeah, we're gonna lose signal. Out of range. Hopefully I did this right. If I did it right, we should get captured by the moon's gravitational orbit. It looks like we should do it. We might actually come really close to the frickin' moon now. There. Oh Jesus. Okay. Yep. This is gonna launch us. This is a gravity assist, like a really, really high value gravity assist. Yeah, and yeah, you'll see what happens. Because well, that exit vector, it might actually almost be able to send us to Minmus. Not what I wanted, because I don't have enough fuel to get back from Minmus. This is basically, yeah, this on Star Trek they did it. They also did it in The Martian, basically, where that they actually, instead of doing a gravity assist from the moon, they did one off of Earth. But same thing, basically. The thing is, it's gonna like absolutely rocket us by this. I'm curious how close we're gonna get. For being the third real rocket launch, this isn't bad. And Valentina's having the absolute time of her life. Look at that smile. Giant shit-eating grin. Okay, We're not as close as I thought. I thought we were going to be under 10,000 meters. We're still like 332, so that's fine. Get some science done. Tons of science. I wonder if we can... I wonder if there's a contract to bring some science back from the moon. Because if there is, that's going to be worth it. Science! Tourists. Yeah, surveys. Surveys suck. No, nothing decent. It's huge, yeah. When you're right up next to this thing, like, you can land and explore this thing, and it's definitely bigger than it looks on the map, that is. Here's the question that I'm running through my mind right now. We have 642 meters delta V. Do we try to go into orbit of the moon? Is it moon orbit time? We were just supposed to do a flyby, but I feel like this game would hurt my head. It could. I'm not gonna lie, it could. It actually has like orbital mechanics. What is that? Oh, cheering. Got it. Yeah, let's get a little closer to the moon. I'm watching the vertical speed along the top. Once it goes below 100, or negative 100, then I want to align and get ready to fire the rockets. There we go. Valentina. Or I would blow something up a lot. Yeah. Well, that happens regardless. Let's see how well this works. Because if I can get into orbit, which it looks like I can, with not a lot of fuel. Here's hoping. We still need to get her back after this. Oh, we're in orbit. We're in orbit of the moon. Did they give us? Did we get the world? We have broken a speed record. Initiated a flyby of the moon and have escaped the gravitational influence of Kerbal. It's not counting us as being in orbit yet. We are, according to this, but I think it's too much of a orbit. So let's see if we can get it down to actually count. I don't want to go below 400 meters a second. Because I should, in theory, I need 860. And I still need to be able to actually land this thing back. Just leave them. I've done that before. I totally done that before. You have to set up like rescue missions. I kind of want to leave her in a little bit of an orbit. I'm going to see what this says. Hi, Nails. Welcome. Have a good lurk. Oh, what is our battery life? Oh, we don't have a ton. Material study, please. That's a lot of science. I love this. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. It looks like it will be fun to paint the rocket with this. You weirdos. Space high over the moon.
Do it.
There's no way I can land. Like, that's just not a thing. This is nowhere near enough fuel. This is a very basic rocket. But let's see if this actually is a proper orbital capture. I think it is. I'm kind of tempted to bring her down a little closer. So once we get out to here, oh crap. Oh crap. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that went to plan. Yes, it did. Not go with the plan at all. Okay, I might have done goofed. Can I bring it back in a bit? Oh, crap. Okay. Also, actually, that reminds me. Let me check on something here. Because I've had the those other emotes, and they've been in pending for like a week. Yeah, still pending. Whatever. Can we do a flyby of Minmus? Let's see. We're not on the right thing. Okay, I need to wait till I get out to about here. So we're going to go around one more time. She's been up there for like a month. Actually, she's been up there for 60 days. That spacesuit has to stink, Valentina. This is a terrible idea. This is how, for sure, you blow shit up. Yep, this is fine. Because I have no actual indication on how high this is. So I don't know if this is going to even touch the atmosphere or what. And regardless of how it is, we're going to be going in stupid hot. Like stupid fast. Let's give it a go and see. Everything is terrible. This is fine. Focus on that, please. Well, the game didn't slow down and just apparently crashed us negative 80,000 in. That I'm gonna go with the game screwed us. And I'm going to load that. I think it's this one. Oh, but do we actually have one? Crap. I think it's this one. We have initiated the first flyby of the sun. So this is after she blew up. Okay, well, apparently... So what's the overall point of the game? To explore the solar system. Yeah, so Valentina... yeah, Valentina did. Although we did have the quick save. I'm save scumming it. Because like the fact that the game didn't slow down at all when we got near curb, and it was just like all of a sudden just boom, you're done. Okay, I gave it a little bit more gas. Yeah. I can hear the sass coming from Mighty Stoosh. Okay, though, like, get off dying planet or something? No, like running a space agency. There's nothing wrong with the planet. Holy shit. Oh, no. Nope. Well, I aimed at the moon too well. A little bit too well. No, that's the wrong thing. Shit. Okay, well, I just screwed all that up. I screwed all of that up. Because I accidentally hit the space bar too, which initiated the staging, which meant that it ejected the rocket engine off, and I would have just simply sent Valentina straight into the moon. Okay, let's try this one last time. If I screw this one up, I'm living with it, though. Ah, shit. Okay, how do I don't think it's that. I think it's the other one. I swear it's... No, it's got to be that one. One way to find out. Because I need to at least get it so she doesn't ram straight into the moon. Okay, it's this one. I need to get this line to go by the moon. Not through the moon. Although we can get it to go pretty low. We'll go for really low orbit. There we go. So this is going to be one heck of an exciting flyby for Valentina. Like, we may be able to scrape the engine off the ground. Yeah, watch that moon get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to get really big. Here we go. I probably should check to make sure I'm not actually, like, off on the angle. We should be fine. As I said, it's a low pass. And when it does that, that means that you're really close to the object. If we had enough fuel, in theory, we could do a suicide burn and actually land her on there, but we're not getting her off. Like, we're not getting it off the freaking moon if we do that. Valentina, do you want to live here? Is this your new home? There's kind of a lack of oxygen, so I don't know if you'll like it all that much. We're still getting... Okay, here we go. This is going to be our lowest point. Do all the science things. That's a lot of science on that one. It's probably going to launch us out towards the sun again. Are those just wires hanging out there? Okay, no, they're not really. I thought they were just wires just dangling about. Yeah, enjoy your time on the moon, Valentina, because you're about to leave orbit. We should be in, yeah, space near the moon, so now we're not, yeah, high orbit. There we go. And goodbye. Holy shit. This one's just about as bad as the last one. So I'm not going to bring it in as close as we did last time. Well, it's really stressful when you're playing with persistent save enabled, which basically means that you can't save and reload. Yeah, you do need to know a little bit. I'm actually not going to bring us into atmosphere. I think that should be high enough that I'll be fine. I'm going to wait till we get to about right here, and then I'm going to slow down. Yes, it's also called that. It's also called not being a giant, or it's actually called being a giant baby mode, which I am used to. Okay, Valentina, it's taking like literal days out here. Like she's barely moving. Look at this. I've got it on like 100 times speed. And she's not even like, okay, there. Now you can kind of see it moving. It depends on the game. Some games I will. But, okay, it's going to speed up the closer we get. It depends on what it is. Like, this is one of the few games where I consider permadeath, but it's honestly kind of annoying. Yeah, XCOM it's not bad on. What did we get? Yeah. Okay, and slow her down. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. We should be about right there when we go to hit the Atmo. I don't want to go much faster because we know what happens when you go faster. Sounds good, Trigger. Okay, now we're down to the actual meters. I can hear you rooting for the explosion, Stoosh. Just being like, kaboom, kaboom, do the kaboom. Okay, this is what I wanted. I didn't actually want to go into the atmosphere because I just wanted it to get close enough to fire the rocket retro and slow us down. Boop. Yeah, we're just gonna give give Kerbal a little boop because I want this to not be crazy. It's still pretty crazy. I'll fire until I have about 300 meters per second left, and then I'll bring us down a bit more when I'm back out there. 320 will do. And this is how you return from the orbit to the frickin' sun. I have to be careful with this one. About right here is kind of, I think, okay. That'll probably just be in the upper atmosphere or just touching it. Just in case it decides that it wants to slam me into the planet again. There's a chance that we're gonna go in the atmosphere. This is fine. This is fine. I don't know. It's going to be close. Because you can see the atmosphere right here. You can actually see it in the game. No, we're not quite hitting it. One more time. So the way that you actually know you switch between your apoapsis and periapsis is, if you look here, you see that we're going towards where we were just firing. It's an easy way to tell if that you're actually aligned. Because we were at about 100,000, so I want to bring it down to just skimming the atmosphere, and that should do it. Under 100. Okay, we're under 100,000. Will we save Valentina? Because at this point, it's not the game screwing up. If I screw up now, it's me. Of course, they're going to be landing at night. Because why not? And... okay, at the time it slammed us right into the ground, that wasn't on me. Okay, atmosphere. We should be in atmosphere anyway, I should say. Because I can't remember whether it's 80 or 70. Well, either way, we're below 70 now. I know that's for sure. Yeah, see, that's starting to glow. So we're definitely... yeah, because we're going almost 3,000 meters a second. Like, I don't even know what that is in kilometers an hour. 2,840 meters per second is 10,000 kilometers an hour. Approximately. We're barely touching the atmosphere and it's already glowing. Anybody need to roast a chicken? Just attach it to the outside. It'll also be covered in plasma and it'll be irradiated. But it'll be thoroughly cooked. That's to say the least. Although we're actually not going to fully enter the atmosphere this time, apparently. We're going back out. Okay. We're going to do another round. Go round again. Oh, well, it's better than slamming straight in to the actual atmosphere and destroying it. I hope that debris actually makes its way back. I don't want that just hanging out in space. Bye, Valentina. Have fun. And welcome back. See, that's what it's supposed to do. Where all of a sudden, once you hit the atmosphere, it drops you down to time warp 1. Not slam you into the center. Oh, how much ablator do we have? Okay, yeah, we burned off 17% of the ablator last time. Also, we're running low on electric charge. Which isn't great, because if we lose electric charge, we lose reaction control wheels, which means that it's more difficult to actually control the spacecraft. Which, because we have the science module, and we want that, isn't great, because there's no heat protection under... Basically, if the ablator goes, if the reaction control wheels go, if this thing starts spinning out of control for any reason, pretty much guaranteed Valentina gonna die. Although this is also not going to do it. Man, how many of these freaking burns are we going to do? I kind of wish I hadn't jettisoned the engine, because, yeah. Although, shit's starting to heat up. That's not great. This is one of these slow reentries. I hate these. It's going to take as long to get her back through the atmosphere as it did for the whole entire freaking thing. Actually, it's taken longer than it took to get her to the moon. Also knowing my luck, I'll end up just slamming right into these freaking mountains. Jeb's gone through like 36 bars at this point. Actually, probably gone through 336 bars. Don't worry, Valentina will beat that record. I flew around the moon. I almost slammed right into it. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Fire done goofed. This is not a good re-entry plan. Although we are for sure testing this heat shield. Holy crap. I don't think I've ever used this much of a heat shield before. I would love to be able to aero brake on this too. See if I can. And not heat it up beyond belief. Nah, it doesn't seem to have done that much. Damn it. Sorry, I know this is super exciting. Not. Valentina, if you got anything that you can like shove out the freaking window to slow us down, that'd be great. I wonder if I could actually deploy one of the parachutes. I wonder if that would help. So if I set the min pressure. It's not designed for that, and it'll totally rip it apart. It would end up with us landing in a weird angle. But it is potentially an option. We'll see. We'll see how this one goes. If it doesn't bring it down to at least being almost a circular orbit this time, I'm going to look into doing that. Yes, we should get down to like 58. And then I think it goes up from there, 57. Valentina just wee staring out of the cockpit. Although this is doing a pretty good job at actually circularizing it now. It might be good enough this time. If it isn't this one, it's definitely the next one. Should be the next one anyway. Yeah, this is. I think I've only ever had one re-entry take longer than this. Usually they are not this bad. I just messed up my guess on what we were looking at for re-entry angle. We're gonna be ending. We're gonna land on the opposite side of KSC. The recovery team is gonna love that. Actually, there's a chance that we might end up going all the way around, and we're probably gonna land about here. Wave to KSC as we fly by. Hi, KSC. Or Kerbal Space Center. Bye, Kerbal Space Center. Come on, game. Bring us further into the atmosphere, because the further you bring us into the atmosphere, the more air braking we get. ideally, I'd love to hit about 50,000, but I don't think that's going to happen. Although we are going to spend a fair amount of time in the atmosphere this time. Descent slowing. Come on, 50,000. I want 50,000. Don't think we're going to get it. No, we're not going to get it. We'll get over 52. But that orbit is looking pretty good for re-entry now. There actually is a... Yeah, we'll exit the orbit one more time, but that'd be it. Oh, okay, now we're going back up. Damn. I was really hoping that it would actually freaking stay in. Damn it. This is annoying. This is a botched re-entry. Not the kaboom time kind, but overall botched. Yeah, even Valentina is just staring at me like, can I go home? Like I saw my house. We flew by it like 6 times now. I'm seriously getting a little concerned with that electric charge. Fingers crossed this should be the last one. I'm actually going to put us in a bit of a suboptimal re-entry angle. Hopefully get us more air braking, because there's not much air up here. Like, the atmosphere is near nothing. I can actually go in here and go toggle display. Yeah, 0.001 kilopascals. Well, things are starting to heat up. 300K. It's like 50 Celsius, if I remember correctly. Yeah, she's starting to get warm. I'd really love to stop this freaking wild ride and land on the damn ground. I also don't want to accidentally stage it. The reaction wheels are losing power. Not good. Can't lose power. I think we're I don't think we're leaving the orbit again. Okay, we're out of orbit. We're almost out of power. Okay, we still need the reaction control wheels. I can't turn that off. We're at like 10% power. Shit. That's probably how it's gonna freaking explode. He's losing the damn power. Ah, shit. That or the ablator will go. Two. Jesus. This isn't stressful at all. Because that's concerning. And battery's dead. Shit. If we live through this, I'll be slightly amazed. Holy, how? I really hope I can still stage. Because I have no control. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. We ran out of battery power. The ablator's almost completely gone. I have no idea where we're landing. We're landing in the middle of the night in probably a mountain range. With completely no control. Like I can't do anything at this point. It's just waiting for it to touch ground, which I can't see. Oh yeah, as it nosedives. Just the way you don't want to be landing. I might just increase your altitude there. 'Cause that ground looks like it's pretty close to me. Can't see much of it, but I can see there's some trees there, and they look like they're freaking close. Valentina should be safe. Actually, while it's landing, I'm actually just going to... Oh, fuck, can I flip over? It's going to land upside down. It's freaking landing upside down. Also, the blader is, like, black. Because, of course, it is. That can't take that much pressure. This thing can. It's probably going to destroy some of the freaking science experiments. And, yeah, it's landing... It's landing on the nose. It's going to land on the freaking nose. Valentina, can you, like, flop back and forth or something? Like, try and roll this stupid thing over? 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're on the ground. No kaboom. Okay, good. Valentina, get out, de-stinkify your suit. Also do an EV report. And get back in. She lived. She survived. $252 science from that. That's a lot. And we got a shit ton of money. What's going to be better? Tracking, upgrade, or better VAB? Tough call. Because this is a pretty expensive upgrade, and like, so is that one. Can't even consider affording upgrade R&D yet. But if we do actually do electronics, then we can get some of the solar panels and stuff, and the Propadyne. We could also get the Doca clamp, or Docatron. Yeah, the FLT 800 is nice. I might grab that. Don't really need flight control. This one's pretty nice to have because it has the TD25 decoupler, and yeah, that's the main one there. Where is it? There it is. Time to get the big boys. We're going all out on this rocket. That might actually be a bit much. Because that holds 1,440. Oh, wait. This is the bigger unit. Got it. I was actually thinking this one. Wait, does that mean we have the big engines now? No. We just have the big fuel tank. Yeah, the other one's 180. That's 360. Ah, to hell with it. We'll just take a big ass. We'll just use a big one. What could possibly go wrong with this idea? You tell me. I already know the answer. Why am I... my brain not working. don't think we have enough for asparagus staging or celery staging. That would be an option. Because then we could actually control it better. Not cheap, but it is an option. Actually, I think yeah, we're gonna try that. We're gonna set up a different type of staging for this one. I'm probably gonna need a yeah, I'm gonna need to upgrade the VAB, but I can finish designing this. Then we can do that. So then, if I remember correctly, I want to go into fuel systems. And I want... Where's the fuel line? There it is. External duct. So what that'll do is it will take the fuel from the external tanks and actually bring it into the main one. Although... You want to try that again there, game? Then you can fire all 4 rockets, get off the pad, keep the center tanks full for the launch, and stage off the outer tanks. So that gives us almost 3,900 delta V, which should be more than enough. You know, I could even... Do we just go ham? I don't think we need to overbuild it. We want to get to the moon. We want to get into a moon orbit. We're not landing on the moon for this one. We are going into orbit. We'll need to get back. We'll need to do it less stupidly this time. I am going to frickin' put a battery on it. Actually, do solar panels. That'll be enough. I think Jeb's back in command on this one. I don't think I remember changing, so it's probably Jeb. Rocket, why are you trying to fall over? Excuse me? What? Game, do you want to run that by me again? Why was the rocket leaning? This is sus. Oh, it's because they're on a stupid spot. They're not aligned right. That would do it. My chat just broken. Okay. Attempt number 2 to see if it leans over in a dumb way. If it doesn't, we'll launch. Oh, dear Lord. It hates that. It's having none of it. See, what we really need is we really need the struts. For stability. Can I actually get those? Because that would just fix this problem. Where are the struts here again? Okay, that should make it way more stable. And if we need to, we could always just add these in. You can always just launch with these. Might actually be worth it. We'll set them up. They'll fire all 4 engines. We'll separate that, and the main engine will keep firing. That'll be separated. We'll then have the upper Terrier engine, and that'll take us over to the moon. I need to remember to set the throttle. It's wiggling. It's dancing. Ready, set, launch. First rocket that we're launching without any solid fuel. I thought for sure it would have transferred enough fuel from the outer tanks into the inner one. Throttle back. Keep us from going supersonic. And any moment now we'll start to pitch over to the east. The booms can still happen, buddy. Look at it dancing. It's wobbly. It's a wobbly rocket. Okay, and we should lose the outside engines. best takeoff theme. Yeah, that is a pretty good one. I'll give you that. Sorry, bro, had a phone call issue he needed help with. Yeah, it's all good. This is a giant ass rocket to have brought into space, I must say. Like, pretty big for what we actually need. Because we have the whole entire upper tank here that's completely full. These two tanks, which are 90% full. And we're not even at the upper part of the arch. Throttle up. Go full send. You can actually see the wobble in the ball. I might not have full sended soon enough for kind of, you know, heading back towards Kerbal a bit. Not what I want. Pitch up a little more, try to rotate, because basically you usually have a sphere, and I'm basically just trying to rotate the sphere a bit too right now. And you're trying to aim up so that this area is brought forward, because really the other end of it's like right there. Jeb looks a bit scared. Well, he's doing like little palms. Yeah, he's fine. Jeb's a trooper. He was probably scared shitless earlier. And that is almost in orbit. We're probably going to have space debris. Lovely. I'm just waiting for us to escape the atmosphere and get over to the other side, and then we'll circularize. And then we can send Jeb to the moon. And this time, not crash into it or get launched to the sun. Yeah, just going around the planet right now. Because I need Jeb to flip the frickin' rocket over. Come on, Jeb. But it's warm on the sun. Yeah, I know. We can go to the sun eventually. Jeb, you picked a weird way to do that. Okay, that should actually be a proper orbit at this point. So the moon's over there. Means we're going to be launching, firing the engines about right here. Come on, Moon. Any moment now. Also, the fact that it's 8:30 and I haven't had a break in 2.5 hours. I probably should plan for one here soon. I'll get us going towards the moon and then... no, not to land. This is just to get into an orbit. Oh, shit, there it is. Come on, Jeb, get on it. You got a rocket to fire, buddy. And look at that little wet engine jiggle as it tries to correct. Get this little tiny engine with way too much delta V going. The nice thing is about having higher level pilots is they get the extra controls here. So I can set prograde, retrograde, or just plain old stability assist. The first time we did this, all I had was stability assist. But now I can tell Jeb, you know, keep it locked on prograde, and he will. Yeah, this engine is slow. Also, it doesn't help that my orbit's really high, because if you have a low orbit and you do this, you end up extending out quicker. Whereas right now it takes more to actually change, because delta V, it's basically potential change that you have, or well, that's exactly what it is. It's your change in velocity, and yeah, you need to change your orbit speed to actually do this stuff. That might be a little bit too much. We'll see how this goes. But Jeb's either going to the moon or he's going into the moon. We'll find out. But I'm going to just refresh this and I'll be right back. Okay, that was just really quick. It just says, said just refreshing the brew. So, yeah, this is a session IPA from Sober Carpenter. They actually ended up screwing up, and I shouldn't say screwing up. That sounded bad. There was a mistake in the shipping. and I ended up getting 2 flats of the same type, and that's not what was ordered. It was set for a variety pack, which costs more, and that's the only real different reason why I was like, yeah, okay, you know what, all I'm like is just give me like $3 credit on the next one. Like I'm fine with that. I don't care. I like what they sent me. And so actually no, they were really good. And they actually sent the variety pack. So I got a. They said, yeah, no, that was our mistake. So here's the variety pack that we sent you. And so I can't say anything bad about them, but yeah, they made it right. So and they're not like actually a advertiser or anything, but I do get a discount, or I get money if people, use that. But yeah, if you did want to check it out, you get 10% off. I get money from it, so it's kind of an advertising, but you know how it goes. But yeah, actually, it almost tastes like real beer, and by that I mean it does. So let's see if Jeb actually makes it to the moon. Come on, man. Capture. Okay. Beer. Look at that. I could almost touch down with that. It actually intersects the ground. But like you could just bring the elevation up a little bit and do like a suicide burn right there to like land. It is near beer. It's not it tastes like real beer, but it is near beer. That's really low orbit. Because actually him turning the craft is enough to, you can see this thing bouncing as this is happening. I got an AMSR for works now. Got absorbed in Stardew, and now I'm late to bed. Oops. Have a good night. Thanks for the streams. Hey, Laura, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully this will help you a bit with the ASMR sleepy time. I've been playing too much. Between this and Eco, those have been my games. My jams. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. It's always appreciated. Glad to have you here. Let's get this sucker into orbit, though. We have a shit ton of fuel. And Jeb really wants to stare at the moon. He wants to be the man on the moon. Not today, but night. Also, I don't have any lights on this thing, so I wouldn't be able to see where I'm landing anyway. Okay, this is like actually getting in a danger zone, because it's going to get really freaking close to the dark side of the moon. Like if you were on this ship and you just saw this happening, where it's like, this is your elevation to the ground, you're 60,000 and dropping at a rate where you can barely see the second digit in meters. Yeah. There, I turned the light on in the cabin, so at least you can see where the rocket is. That little dot, that's just a light in the crew cab or crew hatch. Because we're flying over features on the ground now, and you can see that actually changing the distance as we go over like craters and that. But what I need to do is wait until we're basically right about here, and then it's full bore, full send on the rocket. Actually, we're pretty close as it is. It might be close enough. We'll start a small burn. Wait for the vectors to actually converge. Should start wrapping around any second now. And there we go. We are in orbit. Not quite proper orbit yet. But it is a safe orbit. If this thing actually had landing legs, we probably could actually land on this thing with this much fuel. Because we have more than enough Delta V. Actually, it's getting a little uncomfortably close to the surface. Wait till we get back into the sun. Get the light. Actually, I want to be firing the other way. I want to be firing towards the surface, which makes no sense until you realize exactly what it's doing. It's just you're moving your... all this does is actually change. It basically rotates the whole orbit one way. Because that way we're not as close to the ground anymore. But we have a nice, stable orbit. We could leave Jeb up here for days. Science. You don't get that much. Unfortunate. Nothing from that? Jeb, Valentina stole all of your opportunities there, bud. We'll check the contracts, see if anybody wants anything from the moon over here. But we proved that the rocket can get into orbit, a proper orbit. Rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit. We can test the Rove Max at the launch site. That's easy. Science data from space around Kerbal. Again, easy. Position a satellite in a specific orbit of Kerbal. Actually, this one I want to do. It's not the easiest, but there's... Oh, that one's even harder. Specific orbit of the moon for actual satellite. Let's do the Kerbal one first, though. We'll leave Jeb up at the moon for a little tiny bit here. But what I want to do is plan a satellite that can actually go into orbit. So First thing we're going to need is actually a probe core. And this one, I actually want to make this one a communications node. We don't have fairings, so I can't necessarily do the multiple very easily. You still kind of can, but it's not as easy. I just want like a little tiny tank. That's a 1 meter and a 1 meter. What is the... Is there any actual difference between those two? Okay, why is it showing 1 meter for both? Oh, the scale's just on the right side. Okay, I got it. Yeah, this is a much bigger one. Okay, I'm following now. Service bay probably isn't a bad idea. We'll open that up. We can store the battery in here. And, are we still limited to the third? No, we got 255 parts. Put a solar panel on both sides, and then we're going to spam this thing with solar panels. Because the last thing you want on a communication probe is for it to run out of power. Actually, I might want to use high gain antennas on those sides. Because I could just do that and make it a ring of solar panels. Okay, we'll have that. Then inside, I just need one antenna. We'll get some science on here because we may as well. Only the ones that can transmit though, because there's no point in having the goo. You can't get the goo back. No point in having the goo. I guess I'll put some lights on it, because why not? Not like you actually need nav lights in space, but I'm just going to set them up that way. I think the colors are backwards, actually, but whatever. It doesn't need any re-entry stuff. It's not coming back. What can we put on the top of it? Some RCS would be nice. I don't think I have any, though. Oh, I need a reaction control wheel. This thing does not have it, otherwise. Where's the reaction control? Utilities? Do I not have reaction control? Why? What? I need control wheels. R&D. Where the hell's... That's where it is. Well, that's fun. Okay, well, we'll go back to Jeb. This might be a next stream issue for the Getting reaction control. Because that's the orbit that that one company wants. Right there. Where's the other one? Oh yeah, and we haven't even looked at doing these. Like, getting out to Elu. Jewel. Drez, which is basically Mars, I think. Or I guess Duna. Duna's Mars. Dune, get it? Oh yeah, Minmus is the second moon in this. Yeah. Okay, I remember now. Well, this didn't quite go as planned. I was expecting to get more science out here. I mean, like, I could try and land, but there's no landing feet, so there's a good chance it'd go kaboom. Actually, hold on. It's actually giving me better ones now because we're in high orbit, so this actually will work. Temperature still sucks. There we go. We have some now. We close those doors. Jeb, get ready. Because when he's over right about here, we're going to want to fire. And then it'll launch us out into return. If I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've had to do one of these. Where you properly exit. And not just get flung out into the frickin' sun. I think that's sufficient. I think it'll drop us out of orbit now. Yeah, it does. Okay. I pressed the wrong button. Car seats are fun. That doesn't sound like an accurate statement there, Trigger. I assume that's for the new Black Beauty, or Black Beast, or whatever you're calling it. Come on, Jeb, bring that down into something reasonable. Boom, that should do it. No, Lachlan needed a bigger one. Oh. Okay, let's see if I can do this without actually slamming Jeb into the frickin' planet this time. I really hope I didn't put that in too much of an angle. I'm just getting some updated science. I don't think we're going into Atmo, but we're going to definitely get into a pretty low orbit point here, which I'll be sure to burn a lot of fuel. Because I'm going to need to note basically where we are, and then I'll have to essentially have whatever we have here on the when we get back up to prograde. Or not prograde, the other end of the orbit. Okay, about 100,000, so I want to have where we're at. But I also want to bring this in. That should do it. See, this is what I actually meant to do last time. Not the mess I got myself into. Okay, so we're right about here currently. I need to go about half the distance. That's about half the distance there. That should bring us into the atmosphere. About 50-ish thousand. Again, don't have proper tracking, so this is all just eyeballing it. Doing real astronaut stuff. Okay, Jeb, you want to flip this around, Jeb? Because you're about to hit the atmo pretty quick. Doing about 3,000 meters a second. This thing's going to get real spicy. Yeah, over 3,000 meters a second. So that's over 10. That's probably about 1,200 or 12,000 kilometers an hour ish. Needless to say, I had to get to Calgary really quick at that speed. I think Deerfoot's only rated for a little bit faster than that, though, so I'd have to be careful. Once the vertical speed starts to slow its descent and go back to positive, which is starting to actually basically do right now, I'll fire the rocket for the remainder of the fuel. Well, that's until we have about 800 left, one of the two. Although, actually, if I keep firing, it might be fine. It might bring us into a pretty decent landing. Yeah, I'm just going to keep firing. Oh, thank you. I knew there was something there. I just wasn't seeing it. Normally it shows up on the map, but I guess it's because I don't have the upgraded tracking station. I actually have to do it down here. Yeah, 6K is a little low. I'll keep the remainder of the fuel for now. Yeah, no, I knew there was something there. I just haven't played this game in forever, and I've been getting back into it and loving it because, well, it's Kerbal Space. We actually might end up landing relatively close again. Bring her around, Jeb. Get her lined up. That's what this was supposed to be, but so the first atmosphere breaking rocket I put up ended up actually going into orbit, and I wasn't planning for that. So like, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the moon, and I'm just gonna do a flyby. Well, ends up it was really easy to get into orbit. So I was like, well, why not? And it wasn't planned for that, and I barely had enough fuel to get back. Ended up doing like 10 hits into the atmosphere before it actually slowed enough and was able to actually land it safely, mind you, thankfully. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go back to the moon and do a proper orbit, which Jeb did. He got a pretty low orbit, and get some decent science. But the next kind of step is hopefully communication network, because I have ComNet turned on. Because I like ComNet. I like having that extra challenge of actually having to set up your relay network and having the blackout on to send. Did you do the same as me, where you kind of just put KSP away for the last couple years, and then because 2 came out and you checked it out, and well, I think everybody knows how that's going. You're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go back to KSP1 for now, because I know that's what I did. We got about 4K and dropping, so it's probably going to land us in a terrible location. I'd like to hit this ocean. I don't want to be in this, if possible. But as you can see, we're already colliding with the ground on the orbit. Yeah, no, I fully expect that they will turn that game around, and like the issues that they're having right now is just it probably released a little too early, and that doesn't mean that the game's bad or anything. It's just it's a bit early. They'll get it sorted. I have faith that they'll get it sorted. Well, so I think it was one of these things of they had to put, like, if they just waited for it to release, it would take forever. And so they're just kind of like, well, let's just get it out. And I don't think people realize exactly how early access it was. So what are we looking at here for? I might just fire the rocket, burn the last of the fuel, detach, and land. It'll be the safer option. Yes, alpha access, I would say, is totally accurate. Because, like, the state of the polygons and such that they have going on, where it's like the amount of complexity that exists in the geometries, like, proves that it hasn't had a chance to actually optimize it all. Give it, I'd say probably 4 months. That's what my guess would be. And then it'll be playable. Personally, I really enjoy the career. And I'll be waiting to actually see that come out. Oh yeah, I probably want to actually separate these in the staging. Because, like, they don't even have this in KSP2 right now, like where the re-entry, because other than smashing straight in to the planet and some of the issues, you know, just with, like, screwing up the actual orbits, there really isn't much risk other than, you know, losing probe control or failing a re-entry, in my opinion. Yeah, thank you for reminding me about that, because I was wondering where that is, and I was also looking for the approach info, and I wasn't sure where that exactly was, because there's the docking mode, which I was trying to remember, and oh shit, I don't want the map. So yeah, thank you. Jeb, how about we keep it from landing on the nose this time, buddy? That was kind of dumb. Well, to be fair, it ran out of electrical power last time. That's why it has, like, stupid amount of power this time. Because doing 10 orbit burns, the battery ran out with the reaction control. And yeah, it managed to survive running out of battery power halfway through re-entry. But man, was I ever like, yeesh. Okay, it flipped over anyway. Fine. Yeah, thanks for the follow. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, though. Soth? Is it Soth? Or could you give me phonetic if it isn't? Soth? Okay. Welcome. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, I play variety stuff. KSP is probably going to be for a little bit one of my go-tos. Stuff like Stationeers, Kerbal Space Program, the occasional farming sim if I want something relaxed. It really depends on just what I'm feeling like for the day. Okay, I'm going to speed this up. We don't need to be sitting here waiting for this thing to land. I could probably honestly just let it do its thing at this point and go back to this space center until it lands, but we'll make sure nothing bad happens, because I don't trust the game. It will kill us. Oh, are we going to land on a hill? Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to land on a hill and roll all the way down. No. No, you can't make me. Nope. 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 Damn it. I hope it just flops over. Or just... Actually, ideally, it'll stand up straight. If not, then it'll flop over on its back. I don't want it to flip over and start rolling down the hill. Stay, stay, stay. Oh, thank goodness. I've had that. I've had that where I've gone all the way somewhere, and on the return, you land on the hill, it flops over, it starts rolling down, and it blowing things up. I've had that more than once. Oh, geez, that's loud. Hi, birdies. Yeah, we're back at KSC. And we got some decent science out of that. which is good because that's what I needed. Because where was it here? Contract did complete. That's what I wanted to see. My brain is starting to fade a bit. So we get the signs around Kerbal and return home from orbit of the moon. What I really need now is the flight control for the or the actual control wheels on the probe. And is there anything else that would really help with the... Yeah, there's propulsion. That would be good. I don't think I need advanced... Although, if I get advanced construction, we could set up the fairing. Or is that an actual proper fairing? Which then you'd be able to set the sub-assemblies. I think that's in there. Yeah, unless it's in here. It's been a while, so I'm trying to remember all these things. There's the RCS and the landing can. So that would actually... The lander can would allow us to actually get down onto the moon. Or any other place. This one's tempting. Then there is, of course, the Clampetron. So many good things. I can't remember if the protective shell is a proper fairing or not. I would think it is. Unless it's under advanced aerodynamics. Fan shroud. No. That's for space stations. So is that. Yeah, that must be... Well, there's a relay antenna. I'm going to assume that that is the actual fairing that I'm looking for. Oh, right, but I actually needed... Okay, I did get the flight control. Okay, good. I was a little worried I forgot to do that. Game. Can you bring back the thing I was just working on? Thank you. Just a tiny little one. And I need the decoupler. No, not inside. No, it doesn't go inside. No, stop it. Thank you. Here's the route now. So I should be able to set this under sub-assembly. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, drop zone, there it is. It's a very basic relay. Okay, so now the actual main rocket. I want to just... Although it is getting kind of late here for me. And I do have to get up for work in the morning. Let me see if this does what I think it does. It does. Okay. So I should be able to go into this and... Interstage nodes. There it is. If I remember correctly now, I can take the sub-assembly and, yeah, I can put multiples. So there, I can have 3 satellites. The fairing can just go like this. Okay, now that's the top one. I want that one to go first, followed by that one, then finally the bottom one. Okay. That's the other. Oh, right. I needed to add reaction control wheels to each one of these. I think I can still do that. They won't have thrusters, but that's kind of fine. I kind of want to put this inside just because it doesn't look as stupid having it open or having it just hanging out. So then it will need its own fuel tank. We can just go with a tiny little Reliant. Actually, yeah, we'll go with the Terrier. Yeah, that's so the comms will hopefully allow me to start launching unmanned probes. And you'll like the next aspect of that. Because I have ComNet enabled, it if it loses control, if it loses signal, I lose control. Which means that I could have an uncontrollable satellite returning that just slams into stuff. That's only $100 more, and that's a far larger one. We're not anywhere near limits on stuff. I might want to put... I gotta take a look at... We have more than enough Delta V. We don't need any more Delta V. But this is going to be pretty unstable if I don't fix it up with some... I did add solar panels to the probes, but I just remembered I didn't actually add it to this, nor does it actually have a communication. So I need one. I don't need 3 of them. Thank you very much. That's probably going to blow stuff up. The trigger's like, yes. Yes, it will. This is fine. I just want the antenna that I put inside. Okay, you're not gonna let me get it? Fine, it's gonna stay there. Game music or mine? This is game music. I do have my own music, but it's not on at the moment. Where are structurals? Oh, right, I need fuel flow as well. So I want to do staged. So we'll get that. Get the struts. Should make it pretty strong. Relatively strong. It's not going to be great. Add that in, because why not? Oh, that's a really low thrust to weight ratio, though. That's a little too low. Okay, if we pull that other engine down, 1.43, that's good. What is this? That's the Airstream protective, and it'll separate. No, I don't want that. We'll stage the the fairings separately. I love how the game just like tries to guess the staging and like never gets it right. Okay, that'll do that. That separates. We then have separates. Okay, I'm missing. I think it's there. Yeah, there, and that'll activate the second engine. You can just get rid of stage 5. So clamps and 4 engines start. Once the outer tanks are depleted, we stage them off. We can then separate the fairing, detach, and start the engine. That'll then allow us to actually go into staging the individual satellites after that. And almost 4,000 Delta V. So, communication satellite number 1. Actually, let me Kerbal 1. Should be no crew. Yep, no crew. Don't need to necessarily set any action groups at this point. And that should be, I think, a good start. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Not that I can think of anyway. Should be good. I did add the reaction wheel, right? Yeah, it's inside. Okay, let's see how quickly this blows up. Once this is up in orbit, I'll call it that point. Because both myself and... Do you want to wiggle some more there, Rocket? How about a few more wiggles? Huh? Bring up full throttle and launch. Oh, right, I forgot about that thing. Wrong button. I didn't mean to do that. It's probably the sub-assemblies that are messing with it. I want to very slowly start to roll to the side. Because this thing is about as freaking stable as a... I don't know what, but it's not very stable. Although we have a pretty high orbit. Probably what, 40,000 right now? Oh yeah, I can go check it. Doi. All good. I'm just trying not to flip the rocket over or make it go kaboom. Yeah, you vote flippy boom, I know that. I love that view every time. And it's rotated in a weird way. Nope, 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 stop. Seems more stable than my janky builds. Yeah, this one, it's a little wobbly. It's a little more wobbly than I care for. Why are those all open? I guess the sub-assembly stored them like that. I didn't actually want them doing that, but good to note. Okay, we have more than enough altitude. So I'll wait till we get a little bit higher here, then I'll just fire the rocket full send. I don't remember exactly what the best orbit is for comm satellite. Mine look like a wet spaghetti trying to fly into space. I've definitely had that where they're just doing the whole, like, I'm going to flop back and forth. Oh, I need to remember to actually keep in contact with the stupid... Because I don't have a comm network right now, so I need to make sure this actually gets to orbit. Even if it means it's suboptimal burn. Not saying this is optimal by any stretch. Sorry, I'm really just trying to see where this is because I'm used to actually being able to, you know, set maneuver nodes. Which I can't do. The fact that we haven't even gone into the final stage, though, and we still have like 2,000 delta V, this thing could honestly probably put these satellites in the moon orbit. Okay, let's see what this orbit does. Triggers would just explode on the pad. He'd look at it and it would just be like, nope. 128. We got about 8,000 more. I'll wait till we get a little closer. Although I don't want to lose communication with KSC. We should be high enough, but still. Until I'm actually in orbit. Okay, now we're in a safe orbit. We don't have to worry about it now. There's something pretty about this game, though, where you can just do this. Be like, yeah, that's my rocket. I was to be setting off around bombs in our Space Center. Yeah, I can see you doing that. This thing is a little bit unruly for being at this elevation or altitude. I just want to circularize so that we can get about 146. Once we're a bit closer to that, I'll yeah, work on circularizing the orbit. Assuming that we keep the communications open. No, with my luck, I'll go out of comms range as soon as I get to 150.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Trigger Wolves. Oh, any idea what you're streaming tomorrow? Yeah, I didn't get this close enough. I think about what a 300 kilometers should be pretty good. Apoapsis. Well, I probably want more than that. And a little more. Good enough. Our little blinky satellites doing their thing. I'd have to go look at it. Exactly what we're going to do here, but because the comm network could actually be further out. There's no reason it has to be this close in. It's probably actually better to go out further. This is also going to leave space debris behind. But it is about 9:30 my time, and I got to be up at like 6 a.m. and I still got to do some stuff. So I'm going to have to wrap it up here soon. Well, now, to be honest. And we went to the moon. Actually, well, we started from nothing, basically, and launched into out of Atmo into Kerbal orbit. We went to the moon, did a flyby. We slammed into the moon twice. The game also slammed me into Kerbal once, but that was because it didn't slow down. Yeah, you need to do stuff as well. And it's like, it's just one of those things. That's how the time works. But I did want to say thank you to everybody who stopped by, and to the new followers. Thank you very much. Soth, welcome. Hopefully you can stop by on the occasion. Cheers. Thank you. It's a near beer, but cheers. And yeah, I'll be back again on Saturday with, well, I don't know what I'm going to be playing yet. So yeah, thank you all. Bye for now. Oh, if anybody has a recommendation for Raid Out, let me know. Because right now I think it's just, I think Boots is playing. Or Boots is streaming, I think. Yeah, we'll rate out Boots just because she's awesome. Unless there's anybody, you know what? Actually, no. Kerbal should be busy. I'll see who's on Kerbal.